Yo, what's up? Let's continue sidetracking today. Welcome into another movie review, another very late movie review that I was supposed to post a while ago, but I didn't because it was lazy. But I'm trying not to be lazy anymore, so we're trying to get these out. And today we're going to be talking about Creed 3, a movie we were supposed to talk about a long time ago, but hey, we're talking about it now because whatever. And I ended up seeing Creed 3 twice in theaters, and my reaction that I had in the short that I posted, my immediate reaction to Creed 3, this second time around was a little bit shifted, not the exact same, but just but it's not too vastly different from what I said before. So basically, I binged all the Creed movies the week before, the two Creed movies a week before this was coming out because I wanted to see because the trailer looked really good and I was just really looking forward to seeing Jonathan Majors in another role, and this movie did not disappoint on that front. Now, basically, the plot of Creed 3 is that Adonis is retired, and his friend Dame, who was a big up-and-coming boxer back in the day, comes out and he wants comes out of prison and he wants Adonis's help to get back into the ring and score a chance at that championship dream that he's always had. But then some things happen between the friends, and they end up being at odds. That's as much as I'll go into the movie. And I really, really enjoyed this movie. I had a blast watching it just from the soundtrack, and I think Michael B. Jordan is the best that he's ever been in this movie. It's his directorial debut as well, and for the directorial debut, it is, can I say, wonderfully directed. I think this is a pretty well directed movie, especially for someone's directorial debut and someone who's also the star of the film. It's a very well directed movie. I think Michael B. Jordan is putting on the best performance that I've personally ever seen him put on. When I was watching the first two Creed movies, I was like, Adonis doesn't really feel like a character for me. It just feels like Michael B. Jordan kind of just doing stuff and saying lines, and his line delivery always kind of came off as awkward for me. But definitely in this one, I feel like Michael B. Jordan really came onto his own as the Creed character, and he felt more like his own character to me. This really felt like, okay, this is a character. I feel like it really felt Michael B. Jordan disappear into Creed in this one, and maybe that's just because it takes a backseat from Rocky not being in this one because Rocky isn't in this one, which was very disappointing. And I feel like Rocky could have brought a little bit extra heart to this movie that it wasn't. I don't think necessarily missing, because this movie definitely does have heart, and that comes in the form of not only Creed's relationship with his friend Dame, but also Creed's relationship with his wife and his daughter. His daughter especially, who's he's kind of inspiring to fight through the way he's doing this. And definitely Jonathan Majors. Jonathan Majors is fantastic as Dame. Like, from the second he comes out, it's like, I've known some people who have been in prison, and they give off a certain vibe to them just from the way they talk, the way they speak, the way they move, that you can just kind of tell. And Jonathan Majors is bringing all of that to the role of Dame. You can just kind of feel this disturbed guy who can kind of snap at any moment, and it's off-putting. It's very off-putting. It's very interesting, and it works very well. It works very well in this movie and for the character of Dame. He's a very scary guy, but it's also a very sympathetic character. You get to understand where he's coming from and feel for him when you watch this movie. So it's not just like, oh, this dude is just a criminal, he's the evil guy. No, he's a human, and you feel it, and it's great. And now the fight scenes in Creed 3, while the end fight scene, like especially the way how it ended, was very anticlimactic, and it left a little bit to be desired. You didn't feel the oomph in the finale as you did in some of the other Creed movies, and definitely not in the other Rocky movies. It's the way that the fight scenes are directed, I think, are the best in the entire franchise. I think the direction of the fight scene is the most interesting and the most well thought out, and it really feels like an anime fight scene to me. It feels like Michael B. Jordan is starting to think that's something that I want to do in my own films when I started to make them, was try to kind of bridge a gap between anime and like live action fight scenes. And Michael B. Jordan being an anime fan, it works. Like there's a blatant reference to like obviously like Dragon Ball Z and Hajime no Ippo. There's like a shot for shot recreation of like Goku versus Majin Vegeta in like the final fight that's like pristine. And I found myself like even like just tearing up just from one of the just the final fight and how it was directed. It's like a very like emotional and personal, like grand epic fight that you don't really get the feeling for in like big blockbuster films or really any like Western films. I feel like the fight scenes leave a bit to be desired for me personally. It's always kind of just like, oh, it's cool, it's movements, it's intense, it's whatever. But with this, you get more than just an exchange of punches. It tells a story. It tells an emotion. You can see the drive with the characters and just with the way it's directed. And it's like you can see them analyzing each other's moves and Michael B. Jordan like finding a little weak point in his opponent and like going for that, and that's really cool. I found the fight scenes were, I think, fantastic in this in direction aspect. Maybe not so much in the choreography. There was a little bit lack. Like, yeah, it's not perfect. It's like it's starting to bridge the gap, and I'm like, this could be something amazing. If we see more fight scenes like this could be something that I'm really into. And I think that's really cool. You know, there are some plot lines in the movie that feel like they could be a bit dropped. Like it's like there's a plot scene with his daughter that like she's fighting at school with his with Tessa Thompson's character Bianca, that she's like kind of missing the singing life, but that's never really brought up again. I think it doesn't really hurt the film because it feels like it's used as more of like a mirror to some of the other characters and their message. But I do think that can and should be fleshed out more. Should have been fleshed out more. But I don't think it hindered the film. I don't think it hindered the film, but it really did overly focus on Michael B. Jordan and Dame's relationship. And it wasn't a bad thing. It was a well executed but simple story, and it's one that I really enjoyed. Overall, I found myself really enjoying Creed 3. It was a fun time at the movies, and definitely I feel like the best in the franchise. I enjoyed this one a lot more than the first two Creeds, and it felt more emotionally impactful than those other two to me. I really enjoyed it. I think it's the best immersion. I think it's the best in the franchise, and I really would recommend going to see it in theaters. I know it's been a week or so since it's been out, because I haven't gotten this review out, but definitely go see Creed 3 in theaters. It is a great time at the movies. But yeah, I think that's really all I have to say about Creed 3. If you like this review, I do other reviews and stuff and games sometimes, but not really what I'm trying to. I should be playing more Hogwarts Legacy soon. If you care about that whole thing. But yeah. Maybe stick around for that. I don't know. Do whatever the hell you want. But I probably missed some stuff. I'm trying to get a hang of this review thing. Oh, the rating. That's what I need to miss. I have my own rating system now. It's in my head. I'm building it. It's not totally together yet, but I'm working on it. But right now, I will say that, just for simplicity, just because I don't want to figure it out on the spot, like completely, I'll explain it when I get the Shazam review that I will have coming out later this week as well. Probably, yeah. But Creed 3, I'm gonna give it 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 punches. Yep. 8 out of 10 punches. That's what it is. That's what I've decided, and that's what I'm sticking with. Okay. So definitely, let me know what you thought about Creed 3 and stuff and things. And if you like this, do all the YouTube stuffs and whatever. And yeah, I guess end the video.